So we're going to start with champions-elect, Arsenal Football Club. Are we going to do that for another entire year? I'm not. I wasn't in it anyway.
You be you, ultimately.
You do you, girl.
Thank you.
Queen.
Thanks, Queen. Stunning, though.
Ins, Martin Zubamendi.
Yeah.
Eberici Eze. Victor Gyökeres. Noni Madueke. Mosquera, Norgard. Kepa, Hincapié, deadline day. Outs. Have you got this on the screen, mate, or are you able to do that? Outs. Nuno Tavares, Marquinhos. That's really it. Thomas Partey, Kieran Trippier, Jorginho, free transfers. Zinchenko, Reece Nelson, Raheem Sterling, end of loan. But I think it's the ins, isn't it? Where, Dan, I think it's fair to say they've had a really good window in terms of when you look at the players that they've brought in and what they probably needed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a fair assessment. They've certainly strengthened the squad. I think in terms of the first team, week in, week out, Gyökeres is the one, isn't he? You look at and go, well, he's a nailed-on starter, and he's essentially the missing piece of the puzzle that they've been crying out for.
Because that's what they said Hincapié was.
I know, but I think they were just using
that
as a turn of phrase of stupid.
Yes,
another hybrid full-back.
It was a loan, wasn't it?
Yeah, with a thingy to buy as well. So yeah, that was just them being them. But what I will say is, and we've made this point a few times about Arteta and Arsenal and the necessity of winning now. And I think that speaks volumes in the ages of these players as well. When you look 26, 27, 27. Obviously, Madueke is younger. Mosquera is obviously younger by a distance. But even Norgard, like, they're bringing in win-now footballers as well, and they're bringing in players who are essentially in the peak of their years. So you've got to win now with them. You've got to win now with this manager. You've got to win now with this squad as well. So I do think, and we saw it at the weekend, obviously it didn't work in terms of picking up 3 points, but they had 2 or 3 players unavailable, fitness-wise, and yet they were able to replace exactly, they replaced with quality. So that's great. I've said it before, still doesn't strike the fear of God into me at all. I think they're a very, very good squad, a very deep squad, but it's not a squad that terrifies me when it comes to win the league.
Does Eze move the needle for you, Chloe?
He's an improvement on Martinelli. I'm not sure why Eze doesn't start the game the other day. I think he's I think he's got more about him. It also helps if Odegaard does get injured, you can plug him there as well, which, you know, Arteta chose not to do either. Good player. Look, it's, for me, I hated seeing him go to a rival and a big team, but at the same time, like, I wasn't desperate for Liverpool to sign him. And I think I should maybe go that way in terms of good player, a lot of quality. He's 27, and for how much they paid, you know, it is a lot of money. Think he's a great player, good creativity. But once again, like, I wasn't desperate for Liverpool to sign. Like, if Liverpool had missed out on Florian Wirtz to go to Manchester City, I would have been like, oh my God. I'm not like that with Eze, but I still think he's really good. He helps him a lot, especially at the fact that he kept Trossard, because at the time I thought Trossard might have gone out. But yeah, I think Madueke is a great signing. I really do. I think he's good. Zubamendi, for what they do build up play more than the Thomas Partey role, I think is really, really good. So in all, I think they've had a brilliant transfer window, and therefore they should win the league, really, for me, because they already had, you know, a really, really good team before that.
I think I was watching Monday Night Footy, and I think it was Monday Night Footy, and I think it was Carragher talking about, like, it's great that they're signing a centre forward, but they don't create chances.
Different way of playing, isn't it?
That was his sort of overriding thing about Arsenal. You can put anyone there, but you've got to create chances, and he's not a type of centre forward who's going to create his own chances. So, do you think it's maybe, if you think Jamie Carragher's right there, do you think it is going to be a shift to a little bit more progressive Arsenal? Hard to imagine after the weekend.
Yeah, it is hard to imagine after the weekend. Yeah, and it will be a shift as well. And obviously, he scores 2 against Leeds, doesn't he? That's all well and good, but he's been to Old Trafford and pretty non-existent, and now Anfield as well, and got bullied more or less at the weekend. So I haven't seen it yet, anyway, that Arsenal have adapted to having an actual out-and-out number 9.
And that'll take time, to be fair to them.
Yeah, of course. And we've seen similar with Florian Wirtz. That's more in terms of him not being able to sort of hit the ground running in his own Liverpool career, it's fair to say. But yeah, I do think Arsenal will need to change the way they go about their build-up and the way they go about their final third play in order to get the best out of Gyökeres, which we haven't seen as of yet. But again, I'll come back to it, to your point there, like about signing, let's use Eze and Gyökeres as an example. Like, would you swap them for Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak?
No.
Never in a million years.
And that's the thing, they should probably be going after Alexander Isak. Like, he's the player that you should really be going after. And with Gyökeres, it was a merry-go-round of, is he going to Arsenal or Man United? So it didn't really put a lot of fear into me because Man United's in that conversation. And, you know, for me, they're just not at the level where they're good enough for that. Look, he scored 2 goals against Leeds. They were all right goals. And I think actually if you get the ball to him inside, you know, the goalposts, I think in the box, I think he does really well for them, but it's getting you to that position. And like you said there, he's been bullied in 2 of the 3 games, one of them against the Man United defence, by the way, who conceded 2 against Burnley the other day, and 1 against us, who we were leaking goals left, right and centre at one moment, and then Canate and Virgil have just completely bullied him. So yeah, he doesn't... He went there and I thought, yeah, he'll get a couple of goals, but I never thought he'd set the place alight.
I really think he's a good player, and I think he's got the potential to do well, but I think Arsenal need to lean into it. Yeah. I think, you know, they're going to need... unless they change, he's got flat track bully. Wrote all over him. Not difference maker in fucking big matches that actually make a difference to winning and losing titles. That's the thing with me that I'm sort of on the fence with. Who do you think then is their best signing, Chloe?
Christ.
The one that we'll look back on in 5 years and go, that made the difference. Is it Norgard at 31 years old?
To make the difference, you've got to think an attacking player, because they're already... I mean, they've got Zubimendi, who's, you know, Liverpool were after him, and Liverpool were after him for a reason. Brilliant player, but they were already defensively solid. That's not the problems that they had. For me, I think out of all their signings, Ede or Madueke is their best signings. And look, they've been crying for a striker, so maybe I should say the striker, but I just don't think Gyökeres is at the level where they should be. Like, I think they should be aiming for Alexander Isak or Hugo Ekitike or one of these players. I don't think they should be like...
They probably are aiming, they're just not big enough.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe. But for me, I like Eze and I like Madueke. I think they're the 2 that's going to excite people most. And therefore, I think they're the 2 best signings for them.
What about you then, Dan?
I'm really struggling with that. Because I don't... Again, I'll come back to my point. I think it'd be easy. Eze has to deliver and help deliver trophies now. And failing that, you can't say he's been the pick of the signings.
Eze.
What's the long-term value in every Eze?
They've bought him for 1 contract.
Exactly.
5 years. He's 32 years old.
If they go major trophyless for 2 seasons, like, there's no return on every Eze all of a sudden straight away. So
same with Gyökeres. Same logic,
exactly
same age.
Same with Gyökeres. Same as Zubimendi for me as well, but certainly very similar. Madueke's got potential, but then they want Saka to be that guy forever on that in that position, so we don't really see the value there even necessarily.
Mascara did really good against us, by the way.
Mascara may well be the answer, and it's stupid and it's mad, but if they lose a Gabriel or Saliba to Madrid, all of a sudden Mascara might be the guy to step into those shoes, and that might make them challengers forevermore again. So it's a crazy answer, but again, I think that it's such pressure and such importance on the top 3 signings there, delivering now. Failing that, none of them 3 can be considered successes.
I've not seen enough from Gyökeres in the first 3 games for me to say he's the difference maker, because I think Saka is still a difference maker in that team.
And the same could be said for Madueke in the same breath again, because they've spent 50 million quid on a lad to be an understudy, and the minute Saka's back fit, it's just going to be Saka exclusively. Yeah.
For me anyway, for the best signing, it would have been Gyökeres up until the point he signed Eze. And I just think he's going to work. And I think that's just going to be his spot over on that left-hand side at some point. And we'll all be looking at that going, fucking hell.
But what does working look like to you? Because to me, it has to look like Champions League or Premier League. It just has to now for Arsenal.
No, because the question's best signing. So for me, I think 15 to 20 goals from Eze is achievable this season, or 25 goal contributions. and that puts him clear as the best signing.
Okay.
That's for me what I think. I think what you're talking about is which is the signing that makes them win a league.
I'm not sure
they've made it.
That's how I'm viewing Arsenal now.
I agree
exclusively. Because I think the time has been and gone.
So none of their signings can be their best because you don't think they're going to win the league.
No, I think that. I think if we come back to this in 12 months' time and they have won the league, we can then look back and say, well, that one, he was the difference maker. But short of that, I don't see it being plausible.
Okay. I think. But then, I mean, for the sake of arguing, like, we're going to go and ask which is Man United's best signing. Like,
no, but they have got a tangible difference to make.
Whether you win the league
or
not, you can still have someone who was the best.
I get what you said. I get that, but what that's thinking, there's benchmarks to where I have each team to reach. So Man United, it should be trying to get back into European spots, whatever that is. And what player do I think is going to do that? Not Sesko, let me tell you. But out of the signings, I'll have a player who I'll think, oh, well, defensively or in midfield, they're a bit... There's a player where I think Arsenal have been brilliant.
I think we're just overcomplicating this. We're asking for the best signing.
I agree with
Mascara. That's fine.
That was a clip from the Biased Transfer podcast. To check out the whole show, head to redmenplus.com or click the link in the description.